It was supposed to be 21 weeks. Just me out here with a bunch of corn, no problems. And now, I think I'm going to be eaten by a flesh-eating monster. God damn.
In this Space D and D adventure, Dax sighs a lot. And Monty wears a hat. So hold on, because
gravity sucks, blocking your hole, echoes in the void.
Here we go. Welcome to the first ever trial episode of what is going to become Gravity Sucks. My name is Dale, and I'm going to attempt to DM this all original homebrew sci-fi Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
And I'm Christopher Lee Clark, going on this weird adventure with Dale that he's invited me on. I love sci-fi. I love fantasy. You've promised, Dale, that this is going to be chock full of every bit of that and more.
Everything that we love blended into one. That's the goal.
Like you're saying Aliens, Predator,
Sure.
Star Wars?
Sure.
I mean, what else? What else can you throw in that pot?
All the things you love. But as you know, D&D is full of imagination. So in these little panels around us, you're going to see some random visuals pop up. I know how a lot of people feel about AI-generated images, and we get it.
Yeah.
I understand the hate. But we're just looking at this as a playful tool to bring something into the world that would have never escaped our minds.
So you're saying our choices will then be fed into a magic box, and that magic box will then show potentially what our adventure looks like.
That's the goal.
I'm not afraid of that. Are you afraid of that?
I'm not. We're making D&D a spectator sport. Hopefully.
All right. Are we ready?
Let's do this thing. Are you ready?
I mean, I want to be ready.
Well, here we go.
Oh, God.
Your eyes are closed. You're laying on your back, and you feel gravity pushing you into actual soil. But you can kind of tell it's not planet gravity. It feels more like you're on a ride at the fair. You open your eyes, and you are laying amidst a cornfield on a space station. Above you is a kind of a half glass dome. And as you look through that glass dome, you see the opposite side of a wheel. The station is a wheel station spinning to make the gravity. And between each of the spokes that hold this wheel together are kind of curved solar panels, but not for harvesting electricity, for capturing light and radiation from this star and microwaving it right down into the field that you're in. About that time, you hear making its way through the cornfield in a slight little dance, light footsteps, what can only be the only other person on this station who's working with you, Monty. And he's carrying something. Hey, Dax, you gotta see this, man.
Oh, okay. Monty.
Tomorrow is my last day, and I'm out of here. I'm gone, okay? So I wanted to show this to you, but you cannot let Myco see this, okay? Because we are not supposed to have anything from the outside in this biome. But hey, I got it from a guy called the Exporter, okay? This one's gotta be legit. In his hand is like a bowling ball sized stone flower.
Great. Remind me, how long have we been on this thing together?
Hey, man. Hey, it's been, for you, I don't know, half your stint. I've been here for 21 weeks. I go home tomorrow, man. I get off here. I get to cash out my marks.
Yeah, true, Monty, true. So, yeah, what's this? What do you have now? The stone?
I got it smuggled on the last shipment in. It's legit. It's gotta be.
All right, well, let's take a look at it.
About that time, the airlock doors open on the other end of the field, and in comes this TV type monitor that's on like a rail. Imagine Kevin Spacey's character on that Moon movie, you know, just this bot who's got like an appendage to the wall. You know, he's not mobile on his own. He's kind of zipping down this little.
He's like on a track. He can't get off of.
He's on a track. He can only be in one spot at one time. You would know who this is. This is the upload that runs the station. His name is Myco. When he was alive, He was a gene mix between a human and a tardigrade so that he could survive in the harsh radiation of this system. He made the cornhole system his home for many years before he decided to become an upload and run the station. He comes in quick.
Myco!
Dax, Monty, the ship's gonna be here early. We've got to get your last harvest up to the cornhole for them to pick up.
Monty quickly hides the relic behind his back and turns to face Myco as he's coming in. The TV's still zipping, and he looks at you and he's like, hide this. And he kind of chucks this bowling ball sized stone flower at you. And I need you to roll a Dex or athletics, whichever one you want.
Yeah, I think I'll try to catch it, I guess, behind my back. And then if I can get away with it, I'm going to immediately try to just like sit on it.
Gotcha.
Yes, let's try that out. 19.
Oh, God, yes, you catch it. Now roll for stealth to see if you can successfully put it under your butt and hide it from the upload.
Also 19.
You are successful. Myco does not see it. He's still whizzing in. And as you know, these uploads they can't operate more than one vantage point at a time. They're like a human brain. They've got to focus on one thing. He's not watching you from 37 cameras, so he's not completely aware of everything that goes on. He's just like another human.
Dax, get off your butt. We've got to move this corn up to the cornhole. They're gonna be here, and you know they don't like to wait for very long.
5 minutes, 5 minutes.
That's fine. Just make it happen. You boys know there is a no contraband policy on the station. The slightest disturbance could ruin whole crops and people could go without food. They depend on us. But, Monty, since you're leaving tomorrow, I may have smuggled you something on the station as a going away present.
Oh, man, that's Myco. You're the best. I love you so much, man. You're the best. We wouldn't do anything to jeopardize this station that you've built here, man. It is amazing. But I tell you what, I'm going to be so glad that I don't have to eat corn tomorrow. I am so sick of corn.
I mean, we do make it different every time, you know, cream corn and chunky corn and...
Oh, stop.
So just come by the lab after you boys get that ship loaded and unload whatever they're bringing in for us. Dax, I don't have anything for you.
I was going to ask, what did you get this guy?
You'll see when you come down, but tomorrow you'll get a new crewmate. So
Zips out and the doors open and his little TV disappears. And Monty looks back at you, slightly relieved. Oh, thanks, man. Good job sitting on that.
Do you think this is dangerous for the soil?
It's a relic, man. The thing's like been in the same spot for millennia. Here,
Yeah,
hand it here.
but not on this ship, not in this place, not on this like Terran soil that we've brought with us.
What's the worst that could happen, man? Give it here. I'm gonna sneak it back to my room real quick.
All right, just get everything packed up and get yourself together. I just don't want any repercussions from this.
I'll meet you in Sector 3 and we'll load it up.
All right.
As you pick up the stone flower, it doesn't weigh anything like a bowling ball now. It is super light, like ridiculously light, like if it was made out of foam, like a prop stone from a movie. It just comes right up when you pick it up.
So was it heavy when I first caught it?
It was almost as heavy as a bowling ball too. It was like a stone flower chunk about, yay big.
All right, well then I'm going to investigate.
Oh, well, you're gonna have to roll.
Oh, jeez. Why do I feel like Monty is already a problem?
That's the goal. Gotta mix it up.
Wow, this is a great dice. I just want to say that. 18, but I have a -1, so 17.
So you are very sure that this thing weighed more when you sat down on it. Visually, it just feels like it is now less dense than it was before.
All right. Well, I'm gonna Monty, just take this and get this out of here, and then I'm gonna just look in the soil one more time, just in the soil itself.
With that same investigation roll, I'll say as you part the soil, you see, you know how at the beach when the waves come in and it goes out and you can tell that there's some sort of life burrowing down, and no matter how quickly you dig, it looks like it's just going down. You get a hint of that, not so much like an alive thing, but almost like the dirt.
All right, Monty, you're still here, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go put this up. We gotta hurry.
Maybe we should analyze that before you take it anywhere else.
If Myco knew I had this on the station, I wouldn't get my marks tomorrow. I am out of here. I'll take it with me. It's fine. And the other thing that I've got in my room, I'll take it too. Okay.
What other thing do you have in your room?
Oh, I'll have to show you. I'll bring it out tomorrow. It's like a antique sword thing. Now, I can't even tell you what metal it's made out of. It's so good. It's like shiny, like a rainbow.
Monty, just take me to see this object. Lunch is over. Let's go.
All right. So you quickly make your way through the cornfield. And the way this wheel is set up is there are sections quarantined off from each other for obvious reasons. And in between each section of growing is like an airlock with a we'll call it a spoke. So it's like a wheel. So there's like a spoke that goes up to a central hub where there's kind of a hole. Like that's where the station gets its name, cornhole. And so each one of your pods is on one of those spokes. And in that spoke is like an empty elevator shaft. So imagine a cable running up and down on a pulley system that's always moving. And you've got like a carabiner and you can kind of clip on. And so at the beginning, you are full one Earth gravity being held. But as the cable goes up and you come towards the center of the spin, you get lighter and lighter and you experience less centrifugal force spin gravity. Each crew member gets a pod and they can actually adjust it on that spoke to their preference. So if they want to sleep with full gravity, they're able to do that. If they want to sleep in zero gravity, they're able to do that. Monty's is about halfway. So you've got about half gravity by the time you get up there, and he opens the door. And his room is a mess. He's got clothes everywhere. Lots of hair product. He has this big, lush, black, hair. He's a young guy, dresses real nice, but is a total slob in his room. And he's going through boxes and crates. He's been packing up, clearly about to leave. He's got a backpack, and it's a bit of a mess. But he pulls out this dagger type sword with a handle that looks like it's way too big to be made for a human sized person. They call it the crux of ending. Look at that. And it is like this weird metal that looks like it's oxidized in a not rust but like a rainbow rust. Dagger.
It's you keep calling it a dagger, Monty, but that's massive. That and the size of that handle. I mean, how do you even?
Well, I mean, it's from an ancient species that we don't even know about. It's going to be perfect for my first episode, man. It's not too late. It's not too late. If you want to be a part of this, I know you've got like 10 or 11 more weeks, but you can be a part of the first ever video stream to go between the systems. It's going to be so exciting.
All right, I hear you. I do. But
Dax, Monty,
oh God,
the ship's gonna be here in 15 minutes. Get the corn up to the cornhole.
Oh God. All right. So, there's something in the cornhole, obviously, and from whatever weird stone flower you have here now, and you're telling me this stone flower and this dagger sword looking thing came from the same place?
Well, it's supposed to be from Koros. It's all about the story you tell the viewers.
But there's gonna be a big story here if whatever was in that flower that is now gone, which means it's lighter, mean, if it's in the cornfield, I mean,
It's lighter because we're in my room. It's half gravity, man. Come on, let's go put this corn on the shipment.
All right. Tell me about your show while we're going there.
Yes. So you go out of his pod and you clip back on to the cable, and as you're going down, he's just told you this story probably 5 or 10 times, but you've never fully listened to all of it because he grew up on the moon, and as everyone knows, that's kind of the headquarters of Praxis, which is this trading company that facilitates movement of goods through every single system that humanity's colonized. Another thing that they do is communication between systems, because sending signals hundreds of light years is basically impossible and doesn't do anybody any good. So they have quantum entangled receivers that can process very small messages, text-like messages, but instant across the galaxy. So that's how the colonies have been able to communicate, and Monty is sure that his buddy who's been working on the system has a back door for him to be able to pirate in a video feed first of the galaxy. That is his goal.
I hear you, Monty, and pirate radio all the way. I love it. But I don't think that... I don't think you necessarily need to be stealing objects to make a good show.
People want to see aliens. They want to see civilizations out on the cusp of the edge of the galaxy. They don't want to see dirt farmers. Come on, man.
Okay,
Alien relics are interesting.
They are, but I mean, we know nothing about this.
But by then, you've made your way down, and on one of the floors that has been harvested, all the corn stalks have been cut, and these giant, weird, bioengineered corn cobs have been packaged up into these containers that are probably about as big as a SUV, Ford Explorer size containers. And so it takes both of y'all and some tools and some lifts to slide them over to the spokes that has the continual cable and clip them on and start sending them up to the center. So
Myco.
You wait a minute, and then one of the speakers pops up.
What?
I know we got to get this shipment out, but I think...
Hurry up already!
Yes, we're getting to it, but I think there may be contaminant in the earlier field, in field 1217. We need to...
What are you not telling me?
Roll for persuasion.
Oh, God. I am not trying to be this guy.
19 again?
It is actually a dirty 20.
Oh, yes.
All right, I like where your head's at. You can never be too careful. I tell you what, come by the lab and I'll give you some equipment and you can run all the tests you want.
Well, let's just make sure we lock down that section, just in case.
You've got a good head on your shoulders. You sure you don't want to stay here longer than 21 weeks?
As soon as I get what I need from this place, I'm out.
Everyone is like that. I have been here since the beginning. When I was a breathing thing, I was here making this station a reality. Death couldn't even part me from these corn stalks.
Myco, that was your dream. I've got to get back to Jade. I've got to take care of her family.
I understand, and I'm taking care of mine. Praxis sends all my credits back to my system. I've got great-grandchildren that are benefiting from the work I'm doing here. I'm just saying, Dax, you've got a good green thumb.
Now, you guys...
Sometimes when he says that, I feel like he's trying to take it from me. Anyways,
if there's something wrong with that cornfield, if you just say it's your fault, he won't even care. They won't even dock you any marks. But they say it's my fault, they'll take my whole paycheck. I'll be stuck here for another 21 weeks.
I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you get off this ship when it's your time. Trust me. Even if I have to destroy that entire containment of corn and end up here for another 3 weeks.
I don't know if you're insulting me or not. And he clips on to the cable and starts riding up with the cargo.
He is going to be the death of me.
As you make it up, you're looking up this spoke, and it is several football fields of just a shaft. And you've got the 2 or 3 big cargo things of corn and Monty above you, and you just feel yourself getting lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter as you make it up to the central ring, the central hole, which is close enough to the center where there's basically no gravity. And you find yourself in an airlock, and you're putting on your EVA suits, your suits for just going out into the vacuum.
I take this Cobalt kind of standard issue suit. Who knows how many rental cycles it's been through at this point. It's got, a little bit of discoloration at the edges and whatnot. I've tried to patch it up with, random corn logos. I'm really into this whole idea of like getting into the cycles. If I was going to be here for 21 weeks, I was just going to dedicate myself to this thing in a way that would be like if this was my fandom and I couldn't get enough of corn. I just wanted to represent like every spatial cycle. But this is like, one of the reasons they brought me out here was so that I could help develop this new generation of corn that would literally be bigger and better than any other crop that we've ever produced in space. Back on the station where I came from, people are barely eating. We couldn't get enough stuff out there. So the more we can make here, the better it's going to be. And so, he's just taking that suit, he's putting it on, he's realizing, this is what's getting it done, and just going through that process.
You are in zero gravity, so you have a glove floating by you, and you can latch it on. You have another one, and you always get glimpses out the door window as the station is spinning, the blinding light from the nearby star, and then the blackness behind. The pressure leaves the room first, and then the doors open, and you just so gracefully, you and Monty and the 3 containers, which are all strung together, just drift out into the middle of this station that's spinning around you, and you're just dead center looking at the star. If you turn your back to the star, you can see the most amazing night sky, because your back's the only thing being lit, and it is total darkness, and you feel like you can see for infinity and beyond. It's amazing. You hear over comms, "Gonna do it again, man." And you turn back, and he's got a red spray can, and he's over at one of the containers, and he sprays on there, WO for your cornhole. Watch out for your cornhole. It's like,
I don't exactly have company pride, Monty, but I don't know why you risk getting in trouble so much.
that's not a risk. Myco's not watching. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. Why? Is this the tagline for the show?
Could be. So as you look over towards the star, you know you're about to see one of your favorite sights, which is a ship coming out of the quantum realm. They call it going through the eye of God. When technology redeveloped after the Great Reset, they stumbled onto things that they may not have stumbled on before, with vibration and increasing the vibration of molecules up from matter to energy to light to then beyond. And so that's exactly what a ship does, is it increases its vibration to the point where it drops out of visible light. And it's only by using a talented navigator and a really loud song to find the vibration of where they're trying to go that they come out anywhere near the intended destination. And as you see what looks like the birth of a star, insanely bright for a second, then calms down, and it almost looks like you're looking through heat, but in space, and there's no air. And then a ship appears. This happens to be zipping the wrong way as it goes out of view, but it instantly popped into the reel very close to where it was intending to. Oh man, looks like their space priest almost had a perfect exit.
Yeah, it never gets old though, because you never know what's going to happen.
The spaceship uses its regular thrusters and slows down going the wrong way and comes back. And you can see that this is a conventional little Praxis ship, and it is towing with one of its little arms a sizable chunk of ice. About then, over the comms, you hear,
Hey, Cornhole Station, this is Jesse. I'm the Oracle on this here ship. We brought you a big chunk of ice. What do you got for us?
as he laughs.
Another big load of corn as always.
As they get close to the station, they come to almost a complete stop so that they can let go of the chunk of ice. And then they speed up a little bit more and they start to come pass through the eye of your station, and you and Monty hook the graffiti tagged shipping containers onto their mechanical arm and, give them a little hand gesture. And as they slowly pull off, they get ready for their next quantum jump. Then you hear over the comms, you hear Myco come on.
Dax, Monty, I'm glad they brought us some ice. We were a little low on our cooling abilities. Can y'all take the Zippos out and bring us over some and install it at the radiator points?
The Zippos are these little one-man spaceships. They're kind of like a mech suit mixed with a submarine, and they've got all kinds of different accessories for maintenance, repair, torches, cutters, you name it. It's kind of a jack of all trades. And you've done this a lot. It's another one of your favorite parts of the job, where you get to pilot out under thrust and you cut the ice, bring it back. All the while you're catching these views of the station spinning, the reflectors guiding the light down into the growing bays, and the amazing kind of reddish star.
I think we're seeing all this, in the background. It's our backdrop. It's great, but in the back of Dax's head, he can't help but eventually have to ask this question. Monty, why is it you have so many clothes in your room? I mean, literally, you have a mountain of clothes. I could wear my suit that I'm wearing right now, this amazing carbon reinforced fiber suit, that and maybe some bedclothes, and I'm good. I mean, there's no one else here. Are you trying to impress me?
I've been trying to find my look. I'm gonna be the face of the galaxy. I've been working on my tagline. I'm getting close.
Well, you need to find it soon, whatever this look is, because, you're going to be packing all your stuff into one of those shipping crates we just shipped the corn out in.
You want me to leave some of it for you? You could use a new change, man. Sometimes you smell.
I'm just in touch with the corn, all right? If I smell like the corn, then I know what the corn smells like, which means I know what condition it's in.
As y'all bicker, you cut the ice cube and you fly it around and you kind of attach it to the backside of the station, where there's some prongs come out and some hoses attached to it, and it is used for venting excess heat, and then as the ice melts, obviously used for watering the corn. You park your Zippos back near the center of the cornhole, make your way into the airlock. You make your way down the shaft to the lab where you had planned to meet up, and Myco had asked Monty to come there for his contraband gift, and you were going to get some scanning equipment. You walk into this lab. It is down on the rim, so you've got gravity again, and you walk in, and it's pretty spacious. It's kind of, you've been there before, but Myco works on some of his new creations, and you've assisted him in some of them. One that he's focused on right now is in the center of the room, and it's like this floating pod of mossy seaweed kind of growing in a circle, and he's got some things hooked up to it.
Monty, your last night. I got you something.
And two little hands pop out from behind the table, and they set this box on and open the lid and pull out a little brown fedora. And Monty's like, "For me? You got me a hat? Oh." And he fixes his long black hair and he kind of puts the hat on and gives you a little Monty wink. "What do you think, Dax?"
This could be it.
He runs over and he's looking in the glass. There's like something really complicated growing behind it, but he's just trying to check his reflection.
All right, is it all here?
Oh, yes, here, over there in the corner.
And his little monitor kind of gestures, and one of the hands pop out of the wall and kind of point down.
You can scan the stalks with the first one, and you can use the other one for some soil tests. You know how to do it.
Myco spins his little screen back around.
Dax, I lied. I did get a surprise for you. It came in on the last beacon. There's a message from a Thomas Kane. I sent it to your quarters.
All right. Is it urgent?
It wasn't flagged as urgent.
All right. Well, we'll take care of these samples, and then I'll take it in my room for sure.
The station is a wheel. So as you're walking on the floor, it's slightly curved. It's curved enough to, you can feel it. And so you keep walking through different sections, airlocks, to make your way from the lab to the 217. I'm sure I got that right.
1217, 217. I keep saying 1217.
1217. You make your way back to where you had taken your lunch break. And I'm going to say that the growing thing is 50 feet wide and about half a football field before the doors in the front, doors in the back, glass above it. There's all kinds of different apparatuses on the wall for watering and pruning and harvesting. It's very high tech, but it's been operating for a long time.
Yeah, I really hope you haven't messed this batch up with whatever you've gotten into the soil, Monty.
Hey man, I really hope you don't get me kicked off the station 12 hours early with 0 marks.
I hope it's nothing, but the 1217 strand was the one I've been working on for the last 10 weeks.
I can't wait to never, ever talk about corn again.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at the head on this one. See?
The thing's bigger than my head.
I know, but look at the kernels, all right? The kernel size is the size of what would have been traditional Earth corn. So, yeah, we're not dealing with giant kernels. This is...
I want to eat some meat. Some bread.
Why are you saying this all to me? I'm the one that has to be here for another, 12 to 13 to 25 weeks.
You like corn. You love this stuff.
All right, anyways, let's, let me see what I've got. All right, so I pull out my utility kit. You see, Monty, I've got my P5001. I'm going to set it to purify, but I need your help to kind of look around and see any areas that we think might be more contaminated than others.
Fine. We're harvesting this one tomorrow. So he starts walking around and he's kicking the dirt and looking for anything that he can see. And I'm going to do an investigation for Monty, and he is not good at that.
And I'm going to help him, so maybe give him advantage on that one.
All right. And were you going to cast something?
Yeah.
All right, so Monty, with your help, combs it really good, finds nothing in the dirt of interest, but is 100% sure of where you were sitting when he tossed you the relic. I don't know what you're so worried about. It still looks like dirt to me.
I guess I'll do it here. So in the general area, I'm going to try to purify and remove any potential poison or rot or anything harmful that could be in the soil in this area.
Okay, and is that a dex save for... Or is that just a cantrip that happens?
It's instantaneous, and it's just what it does within, I think within 10 feet of me is as far as I can make it go.
You pull out this multi-tool that seems to have no end to its usefulness. And instead of testing the soil with the equipment that Myco gave, you just go straight for a purification of what you believe to be a rot or a poison, and you have no way of knowing if you are successful or not.
I think I'm just doing this just to be safe, and then I'm going to take Myco's tools, and Dax is going to then attempt to try to kind of look over everything with that. It's just a second go.
Okay.
And after that, if he can't find anything after that, he's gonna leave it because he's got to satisfy that little itch. That's something might be wrong here.
Sure. And I'll say for those tools that Myco gave you, go ahead and roll an investigation of your own, and we'll see what you find out.
I have never rolled this well in my entire life.
Yes.
I have literally never. Now it's still just a 17, but it just feels nice, and it was a different dice. Yeah. I didn't even roll. I literally rolled the robot dice because I was like, let's get the AI is helpful in this one, and then it just happened. Anyways,
We'll take it. All right. So you run some tests. You pull out this little gadget and kind of two prongs go into one of the stalks, and the reading comes back normal. And you test a few different stalks. When you go to sample the soil, you test away from where you think the relic was, and you get a certain density and moisture content and all that. When you come back and test where the relic was, the only thing that's different is the density is higher.
okay. So I'm relatively certain that like something is in it. I just can't tell what at this point.
Correct.
I think being as paranoid as Dax is, he would have to like get a container and do tests on density and whatever had extra density in it until he can't do it. Until he can do a test where he doesn't get the extra density, he's just going to keep putting it into something.
You're going to try to remove every bit of dirt that has extra density in it.
Yeah, and maybe I can't do that. Maybe it's going to be too much, but I'm going to attempt to just start putting this stuff in. And this may be another whole 24 hours of just trying to get this out, because I know that this shipment of 1217 strain corn is going out tomorrow, and I cannot let something weird get out of this thing.
Understood. All right, you do that. Monty quickly loses patience with you.
I don't care, Monty, because I am having to stay up all night to do this because of you.
Everything's fine. You're just paranoid. And Myco's going to think something's up when he sees you down here taking out half the dirt.
I just want to say this, Monty. In space, the only reason that me and you are here today is because people prior to us took the time to be careful.
Doors shutting.
Careful about what they did, because the smallest thing could mean the end of everything.
I can see the shot of Dax with like a couple stalks knocked over in a container, and he's down there with, like the Men in Black little soil sampler and then a shovel, and then he samples and a shovel. He's like, I don't know if there's a mechanics for how we're gonna see how successful you were. We'll say a good 3 hours go by, and then you start to get normal readings, but you've made a crater that's like a good 5 foot by 5 foot crater in the earth.
I imagine if it's possible, he's basically been loading this stuff into like vacuum seal bags.
Okay.
That he completely intends to like roll down the hallway to something and jettison out. His intention is to get rid of it however he can. And unless there is an incinerator on this vessel, like I feel like he's just trying to get rid of it.
There would be an incinerator. You could also float it out and just give it a shove off into the infinite.
I'm aiming at a star in the far distance. Like,
it'll never stop. All right, so as you're vacuum sealing this and you're loading up and you've got a crater, about then, on the little rail, Myco comes swinging in.
Dax, look at you taking such good care. Did you find something contaminated?
I'm not entirely sure.
Is the corn okay? This sector's getting harvested in the morning.
The readings say the corn is fine. There just seemed to be some extra density in the dirt. As far as I can tell, I've removed all of the contaminated dirt.
Extra density in the dirt.
1217. It's meant to be the best strain we've ever produced.
Just because you've worked on it doesn't make it the best. I appreciate your effort, and this is a great crop. You should be proud. But what are you going to do with those bags of soil?
I feel like the best thing to do is to get rid of them.
Do you know how hard it is to get soil into outer space?
Yes. Which is why this is a travesty that we find ourselves in.
If you feel like you need to dispose of it, it's on you. But you'll be responsible.
I get it. So you're saying I have to pay for this, basically?
I'm afraid so. Unless you know someone who could do you a favor and sneak you some dirt on a shipment. Until then, if you want to quarantine this, you can. If you want to incinerate it, you know where to go. If you want to float it, be my guest. This one's on you, Dax.
And he spins his little monitor around and zips down.
All right. Thank you, Monty, once again. I guess he's gonna get this stuff together and then find a place to keep it. Like if it's like an airlock or something like that.
Easily done. You and Monty are the only two humans on this station. Most of it is just unoccupied corn and airlocks.
All right. I guess back to the old domicile now.
Awesome. So you make your way up one of the spokes and to your pod, and I would like you to, if you can, describe your pod a little bit, maybe your nightly routine before trying to get some sleep before the next harvest.
Inside, there's a general workstation. I'm assuming that there's like some signs of this like message being left.
Yes, flashing on your computer screen is one inboard message, which is slightly rare because of how difficult it is to get communications across. But it says from Thomas Kane.
He'll flip over the overhead light near the desk. He'll pull out some kind of coveted snack or ration that he's been like kind of barely using. He kind of gives himself a treat, whenever he comes in the evening. Looks over at Jade, looks over at a few of the other family pics and stuff that he has kind of magneted up in various places. And then he sees this message from Kane, and he cannot wait to get in there and actually see what's going on back at the station.
You open the message, and since all you can send through the beacons is text, this is just a simple text message, and it says, "Hey Dax, I hope you're hanging in there. I've sent you something on the next ship out. Don't hate me."
Oh, God, why does everything have to be like this today? Thomas Kane. God. Myco, when did that message come in?
It came in when you were chopping up the ice cubes.
On delay, like how long would that have taken to get here?
It's quantum entangled communications. It's instant. That's the whole point. Otherwise, we'd be waiting 100 years to hear from the nearest star system. Are you okay? You've been acting weird all day.
Monty is just driving me insane, and I apologize, Myco.
He'll do that, but guess what? He's gone tomorrow.
You're a pretty interesting guy, Myco. I never really met anything like you. I kind of wish I had met you while you were still, physical.
Yeah, there wasn't many people that volunteered for the DNA modification program back then, but that was probably before you were born.
Well, that is possible.
So what did you go through that made you look, the way you look?
It has something to do, I think, after generations of my family growing up on Beta Prime.
So what exactly is it that you do look like?
I think when you see Dax, you see kind of a scruffy looking grub of a person who's been down in the dirt for the last 10 weeks, working in the fields, probably forgets to wash off the dirt more often than he should. General kind of slightly elongated features, grayish skin, which comes from general generational thing that seems to have been going on for some time now, with his family and other families that have been living near Beta Prime. I mean, that's just been a thing that they've been seeing there for a while. Along with it, there seems to be something that's like helping them be, a little bit more tapped in to this completely foreign place that they live. And it just, I don't know, like it just seems easier for us to be in space, and that's the best way I can describe it.
Radiation does some crazy things. That's why we picked this location for the station. Something about the star gives off the perfect mix to expedite the growth of certain vegetables, as you know. Couldn't be replicated in other systems.
Well, it's the great thing about space, Myco. Every possible scenarios out there. You just got to be able to find it.
You're right about that. Maybe one day you'll get to see them all if you become an upload. I once heard space is for the immortal.
I don't know, Myco. I'm pretty planted in the earth at this point.
I don't mean indefinitely. I'm sure I'll pull the plug at some point, but it's been a nice retirement.
And that's great, but I mean, me and Jade, we haven't even got a chance to create anything yet. I feel like I have a few more steps to take before I just upload myself.
Well, sure, but you never know what moment might be your last.
Oh my god. And back to the soil.
Back to your room. Anything else that Dax would do after the message and the nighttime chat over comms?
I gotta ask Tom. So I'm gonna go down and like start putting together a message for Thomas.
Okay.
Do I just type that out, or like
you can type it out and queue it up for the beacon to send it out. Yeah, for sure.
Thomas, got your message. Is there a reason why I should forgive you for whatever you've sent? Dax.
And even though the message is instantaneous when the beacon tries to send it, it's kind of like a ticker feed at the other end. So if someone's going about their day, it's not like they have a phone that buzzes. It's like it's pulled down from the beacon, and at some point you get notified that, hey, it's like regular mail, I guess, on the other end. It's instant to the beacon, but then you know they've got to disperse it.
Well, in that case, I think. P.S. Could you add some dirt to the next thing you send out? I really need a favor.
Sit. Nice. All while you're doing this, since your room is a little higher, with zero gravity, but it's still spinning slightly with the innermost part of the station, just a little bit slower than out there. So your view is facing away from the star. So you are facing out into the pitch black void with nothing but the arm of the Milky Way galaxy stringing off, and it's just ever so slightly always rotating in your viewport.
Yeah, but I think there's something about that he loves because of just being in deep space for so long. It's like it's nice to be able to kind of look out to darkness and just kind of like the way you look out to the sea.
Yeah.
You love seeing that there's no end to it. As much as I'd like to sit and overly analyze everything and pace out all the anxieties that Monty has now applied to my life, I feel like the best thing to do is get rest.
Right before you fall asleep, on your left hand, the ring that you're wearing lights up with a iridescent blue, just kind of a slight pulse. And you're used to this. This means your partner on the other side of the universe has pressed the ring and held long enough to let you know she's thinking about you. It's a quantum entangled life
ring, yeah.
Life ring, yes. So you know it's instant somewhere that she's thinking about you.
It has been a long day, and yes, I'm doing okay.
And you push and send her one back, I'm sure.
Yeah, just like you said, I touch it, I kind of check in so she knows everything's good, and I can't believe I forgot it because, man.
Oh, yes.
And you know somebody has driven you absolutely crazy because you can't remember the most important thing in your life.
You don't get to pick who you work with.
No, you don't.
Not even in space.
Not even in space.
So you get up the next morning after sleeping in your near zero gravity bed that you had to Velcro yourself to so that you don't slightly drift off in the middle of the night. And you make your way down to the breakfast area, which is kind of close to the lab. And you hear some slight arguing as you walk in, and you see Monty kind of standing right in front of a screen holding a cup of coffee. Let me do this my last day. It'll be so much fun.
What are you trying to do?
He's trying to get me to fire the thrusters and stop the spin so that he can do his last harvest in zero gravity.
I don't think that would be good for the dirt or the plants or anything
man.
else.
You with the dirt and the plants. Come on, man. How about we just slow it down just a little bit? We'll have like a third, like moon gravity, man. I could jump so high back on the moon.
Yeah, that's great.
Dax, if you want to do it, since it's his last day, I'll allow it.
Okay, if you think we can do it without everything going crazy, then I will say yes.
There will still be a down. We won't completely stop.
All right, yeah. As long as there's still a down, I'm all about it.
Right as you say that, you start to feel like you're in a car that's accelerating one way, or braking rather.
Myco, please let me know when this stops. Or, give me a warning.
We're almost there.
And then he's got it, and the thrusters kill out, and now you're back to... You are now essentially on moon gravity, where you can pop up and smack the ceiling and come down gingerly.
We can speed back up after you do the harvest.
No, I know that, Myco. I just want a warning when we're changing the conditions.
All right, we got a ship coming early. We got a ship coming late. So you need to harvest the first section and get it up as fast as you can. You'll be glad to hear that not only are they bringing you a new worker, they're going to bring us some meat from Oris. Some of that alien cow or deer or whatever they've got. I know y'all might be getting tired of eating corn.
I really think corn is still better, but, it will be nice to have something else, I guess.
You head into... Do you go straight to harvest, or do you want to go check on your dirt first?
He knows this has to get done, and I think he's just as concerned about the dirt in the storage as he would be the dirt that's still in the room.
As the doors open to this section and close behind you, you are hit with a stink of rotting flesh, just with eggs is the best way to describe it, and it is overwhelming. The corn all looks completely fine, but you are hit with a stink like no others.
Myco, well, something in here smells really bad.
What is that smell? And Monty starts walking through the cornfields, like looking, and he walks over to where you removed a crater of dirt, and right off to the side is a flesh-colored stalk. We're going to say it's about 4 feet tall, and it's got this big, like sunflower looking, kind of angry, again, flesh and black colored bloom. And you are 100% sure that this microwaved plant is the thing giving off the smell.
Myco, does it look anything like the stoneflower from before?
The stoneflower was probably carved in a rudimentary way, but it's clearly a flower. It's petals and a big round, kind of head, but the stalk's kind of wide and chunky. It's not like a spindly stalk. If you were to guess, not its original state, maybe a microwaved version.
Myco, we have contamination in the cornfield. It's what I was trying to clean up yesterday.
Let me see. And he's going to just check a feed overhead. Oh God, what is that?
I don't know, but it smells like rotting flesh.
There must be something wrong with your special corn if it grew that.
This has nothing to do with my corn. This is something that's in this dirt. See, this is what I was trying to prevent when I was getting rid of that other dirt. Your dirt's just bad dirt, Myco.
Don't blame my dirt, it's your corn.
If you tell him about the relic, I won't get paid.
Are you trying to give me an idea there, Monty?
No, man. I need these marks.
Myco, the best that I think we could do is try to harvest the corn and then potentially get rid of all of this dirt and start over from scratch after that.
That may be what we have to do, but be careful. Make sure that we'll test all this corn as it comes out.
I think that's the only way to save this harvest.
All right, proceed.
With Monty's help, we'll start from the outside perimeter and kind of work our way around until we get up right up to the edge of where this whole pink fleshy thing is trying to harvest the corn.
Gotcha. And Monty would have already kind of lost interest in the stink, and he would pull out his relic, crux of ending, and be wielding it to chop down the corn. So he is slashing and then piling up the corn heads wherever you need them for the transport loading.
Dax really truly understands that there is no science to this person whatsoever. They were literally brought in as physical labor to basically harvest the corn. He's there, but we're not going to have an intelligent conversation no matter what goes down.
Oh, he's over there doing anime moves and and cutting the corn and having a blast. He's like, hey, did you see that one, man? Watch this. Watch. The whole time he's got his cameras orbiting around him and getting shots, and he's like making sure he's lined up before he takes the next swing.
That's great. Just stay away from the pink fleshy mass if you can.
Yeah, that thing smells awful. I'm not going anywhere near it. You can get the corn around it.
We should probably put on our suits for this. I feel like breathing in the air of this thing. Is it cooking?
What's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 12.
All right, you, as you're talking about that and thinking about the ramifications of being in this room with that, you look over and the corn stalks immediately around the flower have started to fade from green, and they almost look like there's a pink flesh-colored moss coming out from within. Not really climbing up it, but almost like assimilating into more flesh-like plant.
Okay, Myco, I think that's about all we can harvest. I think we're going to have to call that a day.
You've got a pile of corn, and now let's say you've whittled it down to, a dozen around this flower that you haven't touched yet, but you're now very aware that something's spreading.
Myco, we need to get what we can get out of here, and then potentially lock this room up and never open it again.
That may be a bit extreme. Everything can be killed, especially in space.
Yeah, man, what is this such a big deal? And Monty comes over with his crux of ending and slashes at the flower, thinking he's gonna slice right through it. But his blade goes in about an inch, and then snaps off in his hand. And he's like, oh man, I guess this wasn't a real relic.
No, I guess it wasn't.
And I need you to roll for initiative.
Ah, God. Monty, you...
Monty, again? Now, would you have been that close? You probably wouldn't have been that close. Where would you have been?
To be honest, I was probably at least 5 or 6 spaces back from that.
It's about 30 feet away.
Yeah. Because I definitely was looking at it and noticing this kind of change happening in the diameter around it. Kind of like, so I could see its center and then like the general scenario around it. That I'm slowly watching Monty coming up through it as he's hacking and slashing through the corn to get there.
Gotcha. All right. And right as Monty realizes that his relic is probably not authentic and broke off way too easily, he is attacked. One of the stalks next to the flower breaks and starts to move. Weird mix between arm muscle and stalk vines, and it reaches over and tries to grab Monty around the waist, and it succeeds and begins pulling him towards him. And since he's already within 5 feet, the part of the middle of the flower that looked like a sunflower kind of morphs and recesses into what you can only be described as a mouth without teeth, like this black hole of center of flower. I'm gonna have to come up with a better name for that. What is the center of a flower?
Depends on if it's male or female, I guess. I don't know.
This one's a hole. It's a black hole. All right, so this flower tries to lean, and again, it's this awkward kind of breaking of flesh and vine as this flower attacks.
I know you're dying right now, Monty, but where did you say it came from?
I don't know what you're talking about. And then this thing bites down on his arm and really sinks in through his suit and starts bleeding pretty seriously.
Oh, God.
And so he's like, ah! And his arm's kind of stuck down in this flower, and around his waist is the tendril of the cornstalk next to the flower, kind of tugging them together in this kind of awkward movement. And it is your turn.
Like my first reaction to this whole scenario is like, 1, cool battle map. 2, oh God, it's biting him, it's eating him, it's this weird fleshy thing in the middle of this dirt. I just want to burn it, but he's right there with it. So like
Yeah, he's within 5 feet.
And then it's also the thing of like, we're in space, and I keep forgetting, like, can you just burn things in space, or would that like cause all the oxygen to like ignite?
Well, this one wouldn't be 100% oxygen because plants need other things. So this would be like earth air, we would say. So you can burn it. You can use fire. You can use any of the elements that you're used to without a harmful side effect. But you are in a closed room right now.
Okay, I gotcha. No, I feel it. And I'm afraid if I shock it, it might shock him. So I think I'm just gonna pull out the blaster and immediately try to hit this thing.
Awesome. All right, go for it.
Man, 21 to hit.
Yes, you hit.
All right, and so I need a D6 plus 2.
So you quick draw, pull out this fairly standard blaster that is pretty common throughout, probably even Praxis issued. Probably says Praxis on the side of it. You go to give it kind of this energy blast laser pulse straight at the flower, which is a chunky little target stuck in the ground.
And I think he's looking at this blaster, thankful that it actually works because he hasn't had to use it this whole time, and he hits it for about 6 points of damage.
Fantastic. You kind of blow a hole right through its chunky little stalk. Is that what you were aiming for? Or?
I just generally aim for it, but I like the idea of trying to hit it so that I can sever it, and then maybe if we can contain it, that would be like the next mode if I could disconnect it from some part of itself.
You blow up a chunk right through it, and now it's Monty's turn, and he's like, shoot it again, man, shoot it again. And Monty's freaking out, and he's got his arm, but he manages to reach down to his wrist, and he activates one of the drones that have been orbiting around filming this whole fiasco. And he's frantically pushing buttons. He flies his drone straight down into the kind of the other side of this mouth, backside of the pedals. And the drone, upon impact, it was moving, and it kind of breaks apart. Not really an explosion, but kind of a electrical, fizzle out. And it does a fair amount of damage.
I'm glad one of those things is actually proving to be worth something after all this time.
Get me out of this thing's mouth! All right, so noticing that you are now a threat, one of the corn stalks that was beginning to change into this thing and become part of this flower twists towards you and kind of tries to reach out to hit you. A 14, your AC. What's your AC?
15.
Okay, so it comes, and you can kind of see it coming because you've got some distance between it, but it's almost like this cornstalk lengthens as it reaches out, trying to smack down at you blindly, and you're very easily step to the side of it, and it's your turn.
Why does it have to be corn?
Shoot it, man! Shoot it! Ah!
I am. I'm trying to shoot.
Monty's
again.
bleeding all over the heart of this flower.
Hold still, and I may just see what I can do. 15 with the gun again.
So you just steady again, and you aim for 15, and you definitely hit it. What were you aiming at, though? It's going to be a higher AC if you were trying to hit the small tendril.
No, I basically I'd shot the stalk in the middle in the one spot, and I was just trying to shoot the next portion.
Oh, so you're trying to mow this thing off at the base.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, yes. Well, you definitely hit. How much damage?
4.
Okay. You blast a decent hole this time, right next to the other one, and kind of it crumbles away a little bit more. So we're gonna say that you got about half of its stalk, and it's kind of teetering a little bit. So its bite on Monty is not as resistful to Monty's movements, if you know what I mean. Like Monty's arm can make the thing kind of move back and forth. All right, do you have any bonus actions or movement you want to do?
Seeing that it is like halfway cut through, I'm gonna try to get closer to it.
Okay.
And I'll come in 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I'll actually come all the way up to it, like 5 squares in.
Okay, you charging this thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna run in, and with my offhand, I'm gonna bring out my sickle, and I'm gonna swipe to try to like take another big hunk out of that last bit of stalk.
Disconnecting the flower. You're attacking the flower. All right, go for it.
And then, oh god, I rolled with the machine. Sorry.
It's okay. Unless it's a 20. No, I'm just like
No, it actually is. It's a natural 20.
Yes, you got it rigged.
No, actually, it was a 15 plus 5, which it wasn't a 20 on the dice. It was a dirty 20.
All right, roll for damage.
I am. Let's see. Let's actually do it with legitimate stuff again. I could have gotten 8 on that, but instead I got 4 on that.
Okay, you hack at the base, the same spot where your blaster has kind of blown this sea chunk out of the base, and you are able to get it with its holding on by a hair. So its stability is next to nothing right now, but it's still got a death grip on Monty and its teeth clamped down. So now it is furiously getting pissed at you. So the next corn stalk that's near you is going to try to wrap itself around you.
Oh crap! What a bad idea.
Yeah, with a 16. Is it hit?
Yeah, it got me.
All right. He's actually going to try to sling you up, throw you up in the air. Before it tries that, you have a DC 15 to escape. You can feel it getting ready to pull you and fling you up into the glass, but you can kind of try to wiggle your way out of it if you succeed.
It's only it's a 10.
Okay, so you do not succeed. So this stalk, with some kind of unusual stalk flesh power, just lifts you off the ground and kind of unveils you like a yo-yo. And
I imagine this is like some kind of Stretch Armstrong type of action where it's all fleshy and it's just like going and going and going.
You're constantly smelling this putrid flesh odor. And since you're on like moon gravity, it easily lifts you up off the ground and throws you up into the glass, doing 4 whole damage to you and 2 to the glass.
Ah, God dang it.
The glass doesn't even notice it, but you smack right into the glass. But it releases you, so you do a nice gentle moonfall back down.
I was gonna ask, like, we're in this moon gravity, so it's just like a comical kind of just slow.
Yeah, it's like bam, and then an easy fall back, and I'm gonna move you back just 5 feet. And that is its turn. Did I skip Monty?
Monty hasn't gone again since he threw that camera at it.
I'm a little out of order, so that we're going to call that one a legendary action on that thing. Since you stepped in, we're going to do Monty and then jump back to you. Monty, in his other hand, still holding the broken crux of ending, tries to wedge that thing down into what would have been an eye if the thing had eyes, to get him to release his bite on his arm. And that hits.
Did you get it, Monty? Did you get it?
You see him with the crux, like hitting him as many times as he can.
I'd imagine I'm just still slowly falling as I'm saying this to him. Like,
yeah, you're falling down. He's stabbing it, and he stabs it enough that it releases him and drops him back onto his back. And it is now your turn.
Not that he wants to have to go back to the blaster, but I think he's going to try to use it again and just try to hit. So I think he's going to pull out that blaster and just kind of try to aim at some of the other stalks, especially if there was any near Monty at the time.
Monty just got released, and you're pretty confident if you hit the flower again, you at the right spot, you could break him off his stem. But there are several stalks that are obviously a threat. So yeah, your call. The stalks will be a higher AC.
So I think I'm just trying to like maybe shoot the blaster toward one of the other stalks. And then if my movement can count as me getting to the ground, and I'll use my bonus action to try to sickle it again when I get
Sure.
there.
All right, roll for all of it.
So I think I got 8 to hit.
To hit the tendril, no, that does not hit. You miss. So you're falling down, and there's a tendril that just threw you, and you blast at it, and you just skims by and hits the dirt, leaving a little blast crater.
Crap.
and then you hit the ground, but it doesn't even feel like it hit the ground. You kind of kiss the ground like a little moon landing, and
I come up and I swing him with a 12.
12 hits.
Okay, so that sickle's gonna just try to like pull in at that last little bit of stalk at the base.
Any damage you do is probably going to cut this thing off. So go ahead and roll.
6.
Yes, you cut it clean off, and in this lower gravity, it kind of slightly spins as it falls, and it kind of falls face down with Monty's blood still on the petals. You can kind of tell that as you've done that, the stalks around you are no longer operating of their own accord, almost like the head of the snake's been severed. And so there's a moment where it's like, oh, it's over. But then, as if you took a stuffed animal and turned it inside out, the petals peel back, and this pink dust spores starts to ooze out in a sphere around the flower.
Monty, get on your suit now!
Ah, man, our suits are in the airlock. Hold on, let me find your little screen's in my way.
Right, Myco, could you bring our suits to the room?
I don't know if I want to open that door. What is that?
I don't know, Monty, but it doesn't look good.
All right, this is a spore cloud that is spreading. We're going to have a little bit of a race dynamic. I'm going to let you and Monty roll d6s to try to get away. And for every number, you get to move 5 feet. The spore cloud's going to roll a d4. And if you get consumed by the spore cloud, there may be consequences.
Okay.
All right. So Monty's like, oh, our suits are in the airlock, and he manages to get a 5. So I'm gonna move him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's kind of doing this low gravity bound. What is that thing? Dax, get away!
I am trying. I really am. Yeah, roll a 4.
All right, which way you going? You going with Monty, or you going to the other airlock?
I mean, both are a way out, I imagine.
Yes.
Then I gun the other way.
You go the other way. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And now the spore cloud. Oh God. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh God, it's right on both of y'all's butt.
Oh God.
These things are just floating out in all directions equally, expanding. Now, I will say, any stalks that were remaining around the flower, as they get hit with this pink spore, it almost coats it, kind of like spray paint that you're not intending to get on something. It just kind of drifts in the wind and then speckles all over things. Monty looks over his shoulder, and he's got 2 drones orbiting around him. He's like, oh my God. And he does a not so graceful landing because it's hard to run in low gravity. So he does he gets a 1.
Monty, this might not be a good time to be recording. I don't think it's the type of episode you'd... Well, I don't know. Maybe you'll go viral if you do film this. A 2.
Oh God. 2. Oh, you don't want to be in the floor. All right. Spore cloud.
Gonna be like a 3 or more, I can tell.
1. It did 2, and it is... I'm gonna call that on Monty.
Good job, Monty. Keep going.
It's got his drones, and it's got, I guess, half of his body is in this.
Run faster, Monty.
I'm gonna write that down. Monty's turn. Oh God! Oh, and he gets a 6.
Good job, Monty.
1,
Keep going.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He scrambles to his feet with new energy by the slight kiss of the spore cloud as chasing your tail, very much like a storm in Fortnite, or Tom Cruise in Running from the Sandstorm.
Oh God. Well, not great. That would be a 1.
Oh God! Oh God! No, Dax. No. All right. So the spore cloud gets anything but a 1.
Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, guys.
It got a 2.
Okay.
All right. I need you to roll a dex save.
Okay. That is only a 7.
All right. Now it is Monty's turn. With a 3.
Monty, you're doing
1,
really
2,
well.
3.
I'm not jealous
Oh,
at
God.
all.
1, 2, 3. All right. You have this spore cloud like in your peripheral, and if you glance back at all, you just see this wall of ever expanding, stinky, flesh-colored cloud.
Come on. Okay, 5.
There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, with a new burst of energy brought on by nearly falling into this pink cloud. Oh God, it gets a 4, 2, 3, 4.
This is just like being in like the blob. Like I can feel like the thing just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and expanding out.
Hitting the glass. It's not going out into space, but it's hitting the walls and the glass for sure. Monty's like, oh my God. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He makes it to the door, and as you can see, he's kind of, well, it looks like he's running uphill, but he's not really. He gets to the door. I'm going to say it's going to take him at least, the turn to get the door open and shut behind him to safety. Your turn.
Yep, 6.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll call that the door.
It's fun. It's got a little gear for the 6.
Oh, that's cool. That's a nice set. There's no way that it can expand there, so I'm going to say that both of y'all get there as you have enough time to hit the door, and you feel like you can get into the airlock, close it down without feeling like the spores have joined you, because both of y'all are kind of so far out of it.
Well, Monty, I'm sorry that I went the other way, but it seems like you're okay.
Huh, yeah, man, I made it through. Myco, what are we gonna do, man? You notice that the spore cloud has kind of settled. The stalks that were remaining and even the pile of corn that you had left have been consumed and kind of coated with this powder coating, and it almost looks like it's having a chemical reaction, like it's like you've dropped acid onto something and it's molecularly altering each other, and slightly the flesh is winning. It's absorbing and pulling itself into a central hub, almost like the panels that are guiding this light and radiation in are altering this thing at a molecular level constantly.
And I know we did like dexterity checks and stuff like that to try to see if we got anything on us. Like, can I check again to make sure there's nothing on the clothes I'm wearing? And if there is, I just want to take myself off down to the skivvies.
You would feel pretty confident that you got something on you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get that off of me, and I'm going to assume I'm wearing some kind of Amish underwear or something, and I'll be okay.
Sure. We'll even say that off to the side there's like an emergency, chuck it, incinerator, send it out into space.
And then if I can move out of that little mini airlock out to the next hall, past that, just to be safe. And I'm going to relay the same thing to Monty, just to try to get him to take care of himself.
I outran it, man. You saw me. I'm so fast. This is my new look. Myco got me this hat. The footage on that run is gonna be spectacular. This is gonna be the first episode. Oh my God, we got it.
And maybe the hat doesn't have anything on it, but I would definitely check what you're wearing to make sure that it's not contaminated.
I got the cameras going. I'm not taking my clothes off, man.
Oh, great idea. Use the cameras, have them scan your backside, look at the video feed, and see if you have any pink bubble gum growing on your ass.
And Monty does one of these things. Man, I look good from, oh my God, what's that? And you hear him over the comms rustling around and taking his shirt off and throwing everything down. And you hear another, as whatever he was wearing is vacated out into the void. Oh God.
Meet me on the other side of the ring. Come on. Monty, are you okay?
I think so. I kept my hat because I didn't see any pink stuff on it.
Are you sure? You're sure there's nothing on the hat?
He takes the hat off and he inspects it really closely. Yeah, I'm so glad because this thing looks great. But we killed it, man. You were great.
I know. I mean, I thought I had gotten all of that stuff out of the soil, but apparently I hadn't. Apparently, somehow it was still in there, and it contaminated the corn. And I'm afraid that if any of this gets off the station, I mean, I don't even know what we've brought to life.
We killed it, and it's locked in there.
We got to check in with Myco. We have to go check in with Myco.
That was some quick acting on your part. Are you guys okay?
I am, I think, yes.
Monty, are you all right?
Yeah, it bit me pretty good, but I think I'll be all right.
This thing was alive. It attacked you. Do you have any idea where this came from?
I'm not trying to blame anyone, Myco. I'm just saying that there's any number of ways this could have happened.
The more we know about it, the more likely we are to be able to subdue the situation. Why don't you boys meet me in the lab?
Sounds great, Monty. Could you swing by your room and maybe grab something my size?
Yeah, man. What color you want?
Normally blue, but really, as long as it fits, I don't care, all right?
Monty goes to his room. He's going to treat his wound, grab some clothes, and you are going to just head straight for the lab, I take
going
it.
straight to the lab.
Going straight to the lab. All right, we'll do a scene cut where you guys meet up in the lab. So we'll say that you get there a few minutes before Monty, because he's probably going to spend some time cleaning his arm up.
Nice underwear.
It covers the bits.
As you're getting situated in the lab, you hear over comms.
Well, hey there, Cornhole Station. This here's the upload for the Nomad. How you doing today?
Yeah, we have a slight delay, but we'll be with you momentarily.
Okay, that's fine. We just dropped out of the quantum realm. It was a little bit of a rough go, so everyone here's feeling a little bit under the weather anyway. They probably wouldn't mind waiting a few minutes.
Is Monty's replacement on board?
Yeah, they're actually the Oracle, and they're the ones that don't want to come do their job right now. So that's why you got me, but I don't mind because, being an upload on a spaceship, you don't get to talk to a lot of new people. Hey, what's it like over there? Do you like working at the station?
Hold for a second. Myco, what are we going to do? We have nothing to give them.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. We're going to have to break the bad news to them, and there's not going to be another harvest until tomorrow, the way the growing cycles go.
That's a good point. I mean, could we cancel the other pickup and just let them take stuff tomorrow?
We're probably going to have to do that. I don't know what else we can do. There'll be some repercussions, but good God, look at it.
And he gestures over to a monitor, and you see this room that looks like, 50 pink spray cans just exploded in there, and there's little speckles all over everything. The cut corn, the stalks that were remaining, the flower head is upside down.
I thought we turned off the environment in there. What's going on?
I haven't done anything yet. What do you think we should do? I don't know what we're dealing with. I don't want to do anything that's going to expedite it. Look, it looks like it's moving.
It was feeding on, fast growing produce, and that produce was being magnified, intensified by all the radiation in this systems. So I figure no matter what we do, it's just going to keep growing.
Would you like me to turn off the star, Dax? What do you want me to do?
I mean, do we have any shielding to keep the radiation from getting into that portion of the station?
The station was designed to bring the radiation in. Maybe we could go out and detach the solar reflectors and point them a different way.
Maybe I could do some kind of walk on the station and cover all of the glass area on that portion, just to reduce the growth.
There's no bad ideas at this point, but I think if we knew what we were dealing with, and I'm glad you don't have any on you spreading it through the station, but that the soil you removed earlier,
It probably has some in it.
where did you store it?
In the cargo bay.
Do you think you could bring some back here?
I can. I guess just tell Monty where I went. I'll be right back. And I guess I'm gonna keep wandering around the halls of the station in this weird pair of shorts that I guess is acting kind of like a surgical gown, but only for my lower half, which just aspects of anti-gravity I wasn't ready to experience.
So there's other options if you wanted to, get real wild and crazy and not play it safe.
Yeah. I'm a play it safe guy. You got
I
the
know you
wrong
are.
person.
No,
in the
Dax is
seat.
great. Dax is great. He's very wise.
I'd like to make it home. That's all I'm saying. Like Monty. Yeah. I think I'm just going to do my best to kind of expedite my way to the cargo bay where the dirt's being stored. Potentially locate maybe another spacesuit if there is one there.
There would be an EVA suit probably at every airlock, so realistic.
And also just knowing that I've just talked about maybe having to walk out there anyway, so I'm suiting up just to kind of be prepared. And also, I just don't feel like going into that room with that dirt and not having something on. Like,
Gotcha. Now I'm going to say the EVA suit that you find is not your go-to cobalt nice one that you're usually put on when you have time. This one's going to be like the extra pair of pants that you would get if you crapped yourself at school, that the counselor gave you. Yeah.
Well, I can imagine just like the worst like rusty orange thing that's just been like utilized 100 times.
Yes.
It's gone off. It's like it goes outside onto the hull of the station and for like scraping off like space barnacles. It's
ooh, space barnacles.
I don't know. Well, at least I got something on. Myco, I'm in here. You gotta check out the bags. Does it seem weird? Or is anything kind of odd about the bags kind of showing at this point?
Roll an investigation check.
7.
They look like bags of dirt.
All right. Well, they don't look like a bit of a mess. Myco.
Yeah, we don't need a lot. Just bring a little bit.
Okay. Do you think I should go ahead and incinerate the rest?
I don't think we know what we're dealing with. What if heat makes it stronger?
True. All right. I'll bring the sample. A hold on the incineration.
Do you have anything you can put it in to where light won't hit it?
Give me a minute. I'm gonna just look around the cargo bay for any kind of just like something that would just like have like almost like an airlock like seal on it.
You find a kind of a toolbox, and the toolbox is made to like attach to the wall and come off and open up, and it houses a few different tools, and you just kind of dump them out, and you've got like a lunchbox size container.
All right. Well, I didn't find a thermos or one of those cans of ooze, but I guess this will work. And I'll just like very carefully open the seal in one of the bags and like
Death. Instant death.
Oh god. And I'll take out my P5001 and just give a quick slice, remove the contents as needed, and put it into the lunchbox, and then put a bit of mending across the plastic to hopefully reseal it so nothing can get out.
And you're just leaving the rest of the bags there.
I am for now, because apparently maybe heat may cause problems.
You walk back into the lab with your lunchbox full of dirt, and you see Monty over there. He's wearing a new outfit. It's still kind of the orange jumpsuit looking thing, maybe a different color pants, but he's got his arm in a sling and he's bandaged it up pretty good, but it looks like he's bandaged it way more than needed for the little bite that he took, almost like he's going for the sympathy angle. And in his other hand, he's holding a hanger with a rainbow colored jumpsuit. Hey man, I think you'd look good in this since your skin is like gray or whatever.
Maybe we'll just hang it over there for now, and when I don't need this spacesuit, maybe I'll jump right into it.
Yeah, why are you wearing an EVA suit, man? Those things are bulky.
Hey, there's a chance I'm gonna have to go out on a walk soon, and I wanted to be prepared.
I'm the one leaving, man. My ship's here. Did you hear? I'm good to go.
Yeah, I should look at that arm of yours. I'm pretty sure I can and try to give you some first aid.
I bandaged it up real good, man. What do you think?
I know you did, but I'm pretty sure I can help you with that.
Put the dirt over in the analyzation chamber. That's a stupid name. And I'll have a look at it while you have a look at Monty.
All right, it's got the sample. Monty, okay, let me open this up a bit so I can kind of see what's going on.
Be easy, man. It got me real good.
I got you. And I'm just gonna take out my little device and kind of run it along the edge, kind of like I was doing with the plastic, and just kind of making a small incision across the bandage.
You get a glimpse of one of the wounds, and there's nothing unusual about it. It looks like a puncture wound. Like, it doesn't look like a seed or anything got in. The spore cloud hadn't expanded to that point. It was strictly an impact trauma wound. So it looks like a conventional wound.
Okay. To take care of the wound itself, I'm just going to apply a med kit directly onto it, since it doesn't seem to be any further than that. Just to handle all these deep puncture wounds that seem to be around where that tentacle latched a hold of him and got a good bite.
Awesome. Now, how much hit point does that give him?
6.
Okay. Oh, man. Thanks. Oh, it's feeling a lot better now.
Was that enough? Are you okay?
He took 8, so he's
Okay.
he's almost back to normal.
All right. Can we take the bandage off now just to give it one more little look at?
Yeah, I think so. And so you peel off like an inch thick of bandage, almost like taking off a cast.
Wow, you really layered that thing, Monty.
Oh, he got me good, but wow, yeah. I think I'm almost back to normal. I'm ready to go.
All right, good.
Myco pops up another monitor, a little bit larger, in the middle of the lab, that's kind of a camera feed of the 1217 field. Everything that the pink touched that was organic has kind of molded and dissolved and turned into almost like flesh slime tissue and started to migrate towards a central pile.
It's still alive.
I'm gonna reach out to the Nomad. Nomad.
Oh, hey there, Cornhole Station. How's it going?
Yeah, I would suggest maybe you move further away from the station. We've had a bit of complication with the shipment today.
Okay. I don't think corn's that dangerous.
Something got into the corn potentially, and the portion of the station that's holding it is now under a bit of stress. I would hate to have something come off the station and potentially penetrate your hull.
You hear a little bit of rustling on the other end of the microphone, and then a new voice comes on.
Dax Teller, I did not cross half the galaxy to do this over comms.
What is that? Who is this?
You know who this is.
I'm really afraid I know who this is.
What mess have you made over here?
Just give me a second, and I'm gonna like shoot out of the lab, trying to get away from Myco's ears, like just so he can't tell what's going on, to go to a private channel. Is that
You
possible?
can do that. You can do
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm exiting the lab. I'm gonna go down and around the hall. I'm gonna try to get this on a private channel and come back in. Jade,
Dax.
Monty, the guy that I've been, on the station with this whole time, he snuck some kind of relic onto the station, and it contaminated the corn.
Well, then I'll come over and help you with
No,
it.
you can't. It's literally anything that is made of organic material. It is literally consuming.
Then you need to leave.
I would, but I feel like I got to do what I can to make sure this doesn't get anywhere else.
I didn't want to tell you through comms. I'm your worker's replacement.
I liked it a lot better when I thought you had just snuck onto the ship like you used to. You were such a good stowaway. But you're telling me that's not the case.
We have Thomas to thank for getting me to work alongside you.
Just take the ship, turn around, and just get out of here.
I don't know if Praxis is going to allow that.
You're right. I had already talked to Myco about maybe delaying picking up the next shipment, maybe not heading out tomorrow, so maybe you can just keep that ship secure for now, and then maybe you have at least an extra day out there while we figure this out.
Okay, I'll talk to the crew. You be careful.
I will.
And your life ring lights up in your hand.
Why do things just get worse sometimes? Better, but worse.
At least it wasn't Monty's fault this time.
No, it wasn't. Myco.
Yeah, what was that about?
They can potentially hold off taking a shipment out until tomorrow.
Praxis is gonna be pissed about that, but there's no other option. And whatever we're gonna do, we need to do fast. This thing is up to something.
No, I got you.
I've analyzed the soil, and I've found something a bit unexplainable. It's almost as if the atomic weight of the molecules that make up dirt have gotten heavier. It's the exact same molecular components, they just weigh more. It's almost as if something has inserted itself into the void space in an atom, because they're about 99.9% nothing. They're just spitting electrons, but something's in there.
Dax, what is he talking about?
The things are heavy, Monty. They're heavy.
Then we turn the gravity off.
I'm sorry, but you've got to tell Myco what you did.
I didn't do anything. I mean, I tried to cut it with this sword thing I had, and it broke. But
No, I need you to tell him about the stone flower.
What stone flower?
You see Monty's face drop. Myco, I'm sorry. I got a relic smuggled on. It's supposed to be from Koros. A lot of the things I get aren't real, like that sword. This one was legit. It was all going to be for a part of my show. I'm sorry, man. Something must have got out of it and into the soil. It's all my fault. Myco's face floods through like 50 different emotions all at once, and then he settles on one.
Can you bring it to the lab?
Yeah, man, I'll go get it. And then Monty gives you kind of a, you got your way look, thanks a lot, but he heads out.
He's gonna be fine. I think this is the better course. I mean, it's either use everything we know or watch the entire station get eaten up by whatever this is.
I hope it can't spread. It looks like it's confined to that space, but it is doing something. It is active.
Monty comes back in carrying the stone flower, and he's like, yeah, I think you're right. This is a lot lighter than it was when I got it. And he sets it on one of the instruments, one of the scanning utility tables. You see a feed on a monitor on the wall kind of recreate a three-dimensional scan of the stone flower. And after a few minutes go by of just awkward silence between you and Monty, Myco comes back on, and he's like,
I've got another unexplainable phenomenon. It's as if the space between the atoms are farther apart, like their electrons are pushed out, just begging for something to be pulled back in.
So you're saying that there's a chance we could take this stone flower down there and potentially remove any of the contaminant with it?
I have no idea, and I can't ask you to put yourself in harm's way. Perhaps we can just wait it out.
I don't know. I don't think we can. I think that
on the monitor, you see this fleshy blob has made its way into one solid shape, and an appendage comes out and it finds a wall, and an appendage comes out and it finds a wall, and it's kind of like the symbiote on Venom, just really slowed down.
This is where I really wish, Monty, that sword had been legitimate, because, God, could I use some... Anyways,
I've got the half of it left. The other half's in... And he points to the screen, and the blob that's been reaching out finding things finds the half of the blade that was on the ground and picks it up and is now prodding with the sharp edge of this blade that's almost asphyxiated into its little nub.
Great. Even better. All right. Monty, are you up for helping me deal with this issue?
I can't run away from this one. And then he looks at the camera. I've got to do what's right.
Yes, Monty, this will make for great footage.
What are we going to do?
Obviously, it's going to have to involve the flower.
Monty walks over and picks up the flower. Should I put a suit on too?
Probably, Monty, probably.
He frantically looks around and he finds a similar EVA suit and he's scurrying to get in it. And then he straps the stone flower to him with a sling. Are we just going to chuck this thing in there?
And maybe you keep it on you, and then if anything comes at you, maybe it'll get drawn to it instead.
Okay. I'll be brave.
Come on, we have to get to this. I can't afford having that thing break out of here and get to the other ship.
Dramatic action music. You see a scene of you and Monty doing the cool guy walk in some really tattered looking EVA suits and a stone flower wrapped around with a sling. You can take 5 or 10 minutes and prepare any weapon you want. So I doubt that Dax would want to roll in there with his blaster and his sickle. So if you want to pretend for a second, what type of Home Alone weapon, anything you could arm yourself with what would be conceivable on this station, I will say you can turn it into a weapon, and we will invent mechanics for it if we need to.
I think as they make their way through the station, they stop at one of the harvest bays and more or less makes some kind of combined tool out of like multiple harvesting devices.
Okay.
So it creates like this, almost like a blender without a containment unit. It's just like this open blade that's just like spinning.
Almost like it was on like a drill thing.
Yeah.
All right, you got to name that thing. That sounds cool.
I guess, Monty, we can rig something together between all these sickles and this high-impact drill or something, and we get something, yeah. And we'll put that extra bit on the end so it has a bit of extension to it, and yeah, that'll harvest some real flesh. That's what we'll call it. We'll call it the Flesh Harvester, Monty. Yes.
Oh, that's cool. And he looks at one of his drones and he sends it down with his little watch to kind of get a close-up shot of it. Yeah, and I'm going to make... And he looks around and he finds like a spare scrap sheet of metal and he picks it up kind of like a Captain America shield. I'm going to make a flesh shield.
I feel like we can come up with better, but Monty, hand me that large piece of metal over there.
This one?
Yep. And then let me get this thing working up. And the P5001 starts heating up really intensely into where the mending portion begins to weld these pieces of metal that Monty's handing him, and basically they end up creating something they call the silage slayer, and it's basically the boring end of an auger.
Okay,
that's the best I got.
Awesome.
But I think either operating in the same way of like being able to screw in and like just like auger out at high RPMs.
Heck yeah. Is this attached to the shield or did you chuck the shield?
I think it could just be attached to the shield also, but I like the idea of being able to spin, so we might need a secondary device to kind of like he could help, but something he could be operating on the inside of the shield that would let him have spin.
Gotcha. So now instead of a shield, I'm almost thinking like, those 50 cal guns that kind of have like a bullet screen that almost comes up around the gun.
So almost like if it tries to get close to him, but it's like it's also gonna be like augering out its own flesh to get to him.
Fantastic. Love it. Montage music ends. New scene. You guys are silhouetted at an airlock door, about to go into this 1217 bay of disaster.
I'm sorry I had to say something about the relic.
It's for the best. Now we have a way to end this.
And then maybe you'll still get most of your marks after this, especially if we can save the station.
Even if I don't, we've got enough footage here. My first episode's gonna be amazing.
All right, well, as long as you're feeling good about it, just don't die, all right?
Yeah, don't let me die.
I mean, you'd get a lot of views probably if you did, but that's not why we're here.
No one was harmed in the making of Cornell Station. Oh, God.
You boys be careful.
We'll try, Myco, but no matter what you do, don't let the nomad near the station.
You've got it. And just know, I'm taking control of the airlock doors, and I'll get you out. But we can't let it get out.
I got you. Let's do it in 5.
Whoops. I'm picturing the Mystery Science Theater now with the several of them. The bay doors open with their cool little slide iris. It's a good thing you're wearing an EVA suit because the smell would have been horrendous. An entire field of corn that got dissolved and decayed and converted into something else. And in front of you, about halfway into the field, is this Play-Doh blob with appendages that are just jutting out in all directions.
Maybe we'll go in slow.
As you creep in closer and closer, all of a sudden one of those hands, kind of like the stretchy hand you'd get as a kid from the quarter machine at the grocery store, comes whipping right at you.
Whoa! Oh, all right.
11?
15.
Okay, once again, you're so nimble that you kind of lean out of the way as this stretchy hand goes right between you. Hit it, man! Hit it!
All right, here I go. Come on, harvester.
All right, describe your flesh harvester real quick, and as you attack, go ahead and roll an attack roll.
All right, well, I pull out the flesh harvester, and at the end, it's got those multiple harvesting blades. But Monty, I can't decide yet if I want to chop, grind, blend, or liquefy.
How about all three, man?
All right, let's just press all the buttons at once. 18.
That hits. Roll for damage. You've got like 3 D10s.
Oh, God. 15.
All right, as you come down with all the settings mashed on your blender, one blade catches into the arm and then another one, and it's kind of like you're holding a chainsaw a little limp-wristed and it's jumping on you, but you eventually get purchase and you blend this whole arm off and just sever it from the rest, and the nub that's left over kind of snaps back to the blob.
Oh, watch out, Monty.
And you kind of step back and the bit that you cut off just flops to the ground, and immediately, kind of like a fainting goat, just stops. You know, you kind of anticipate it being like, you know, a snake without a head and slithering around, but it just completely becomes inanimate again. And Monty kind of takes a step a little closer. You think it's safe? And he pokes it with his auger bit, and it kind of crumbles like corn husks, and the particles begin to drift up towards Monty and just float in the air. And he starts backing away, but then they whip around behind his shield and head towards the relic that he's wearing like a sling. And he kind of puts his hands up so nothing can get on his suit.
Are you okay, Monty? Does that hurt?
It's working.
Well, maybe that's what we got to do. We just got to figure out a way to chop this thing up the rest of the way.
And the creature now has noticed you're a threat. So here comes another hand towards Monty this time.
Monty?
And it's 11, which Monty jumps out of the way, and now he's got his auger ready. 19. He comes in with the top of the auger in the same fashion, right on like you did, drills right through and leaves just 2 skinny bits of the kind of branch that snap, and it whips back towards the blob, and that other piece hits the ground, and Monty just kind of holds his weapon up and lets those bits get sucked into the relic. Now we just gotta do the rest of it.
That's a lot of blob to be chopping up there, Monty. But I just hope it all fits back inside.
While you're staring up at the big pink blob, you notice one of his appendages that has the crux of ending in it, the half bit of the blade that Monty brought, and it's poking around, still trying to explore its environment, and it hits the glass. You can see that the glass gets damaged. It doesn't break through just yet, but it almost gets kind of wedged in the glass, and it takes it a second to kind of pull it back out, and that's some thick glass.
Myco, is there a chance that the glass in this containment unit could ever break?
There's always a chance. It's pretty thick stuff.
I'm starting to get worried.
You might want to find something to hold on to.
Turn on your magnetic boots now. All right, kick away the dirt, Monty. We got to get these things hooked down fast.
So as you're both fiddling around with your boots and trying to find purchase on the magnetic floor, the creature stabs again, and in an instant, all the air starts to get sucked out through this crack. You guys are anchored to the floor, wisely, flapping in the breeze like Twister, and what was once a little hole now gets bored out with all the dirt that flies through. It gets immediately just sucked through like an octopus out into the void, splats on the curved panel that cones the radiation down into this bay, along with all the dirt. Everything is whizzing by you. It's like being inside the eye of a tornado for a few seconds until dead silence.
You know, Monty, I've worked a lot of late nights, but in space, it's just one long night. I'm pretty sure you know, Myco, but we've had a breach. It broke the containment glass.
That glass is 3 inches thick. How did it break that?
It had a really good blade.
I knew that relic was real.
Well, hey, too bad it was broken in half. You probably could have made some good money off that one.
I'm gonna get it back.
You try that, but let's deal with the situation first, if we can.
Hey, Cornhole Station, this is the Nomad. What's that big bubblegum thing you've got on that panel?
We're dealing with it. But if you're gonna wait, could you mind waiting, like maybe over there? And just like points.
Yeah, but we'll keep our distance. Do you want me to do anything about it?
Maybe. Hold. Myco,
Yeah.
do you think there's anything on the Nomad that could help us contain this entity?
I'm not sure.
Well, what about the storage device that we usually transfer the corn into? Is that separate from the ship? Is it something we could pull off of the ship?
All the storage containers are always separate and they're tethered on. Looks like they've got 3 or 4 tethered to them, and we've got several laying around here.
Could you send one of the small shuttles this way? Is that something you could do, Myco?
The Zippos, those have to be operated by a person.
How far is the Zippo from here?
They're parked at the middle of the wheel, man.
Forget it. Come on, Monty. Let's get those Zippos together. We may need more than one.
Okay, man, I'm right behind you. Yeah, you can't walk back to the bay doors and open them, or you will suck all the air out of the station.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna have to go through that little hole.
All right. Well, listen, we're gonna have to get up and out, and then we're gonna have to somehow, while everything is spinning, make our way to the middle.
Do you want me to kill the spin so you can get out of there? I can't open the bay doors or all the atmosphere from the station will flood out.
Yeah, I think we'll time it. You kill the spin, and then we'll make our way out and to the center of the ring.
All right, hold on.
And you feel the deceleration happen as you become lighter and lighter and lighter. And your EVA suit is going to have the same kind of speed and movement that your character would, with some little like reaction mass, type things. Not big thrusters, but you'll be able to get around.
We'll disconnect mag and float out as soon as we hit an absolute stopping point.
Which you feel occur. So after you and Monty disengage your mag boots, you do a slight kick off the bottom of what's now just metal. All the soil has been sucked out into the void of space. As you float up towards the hole, it started out as a little crack and is now a whole section of glass missing. you can easily fit through it, and you look up and you see the curved solar radiation reflector panel, and dead center, smacked on there like a kid who stuck his chewing gum under a desk, is this pink fleshy blob that once again is being blasted completely by radiation from the star, and it looks like it's bubbling. It's like you've spilled something on the cooktop surface, and it's just morphing and changing. And
So when we came in and saw it like down here, it was still fairly amorphous, like chewing gum with tentacles, but now it's getting kind of back to that flower from before.
it's hard to tell, but as it's boiling, it almost looks like it's forming a body. So what was once a blob of bubblegum is now getting, let's say, a flower mixed with a squid.
Oh, that looks bad. That looks really bad. I'm glad we can't smell it at all. Michael, where are the Zippos parked again?
You left them at the center of the cornhole right there next to that load-up bay last time you were handling the ice.
All right, Monty, let's try it. I think the Zippos are our best bet.
Let's get there fast, man. I'm right after you.
Right.
You both kick off of the glass kind of away from the reflector panel for a second, and you're just floating, and the station kind of gets smaller as you zip away from it, and then you activate your little thrusters and aim straight for the central hole. You are very aware of how vulnerable you are, and as you're heading back towards the central hole, you hear over comms,
Dax, are you outside of the station?
Jade, don't worry. Everything's gonna be fine. Just stay back. Keep the Nomad away from the station.
Okay, but what are you doing?
Whatever this thing is that was in the station, it's loose. We're gonna get in the Zippos, and we're gonna figure out some way to contain this thing. I don't know what's gonna happen. Please, Jade, just stay away.
Okay, but if you need me, I'll be there.
I hope I don't need you.
you come in kind of hot towards the hole of the cornhole station, and you kind of catch an arm hold, spin yourself around, and just as promised, there are both the Zippos parked and ready for you and Monty to enter.
All right. Okay, we have the Zippos. Monty, tell me you still have the relic.
Yeah, man, it's a good thing I put it in this sling, because when all the oxygen got sucked out, it was flapping in the breeze, but yeah, I've got it.
I think we're gonna have to figure out a way to maybe chop this thing up with the Zippos and suck some more inside this relic, but for that we're gonna have to probably keep it outside the Zippo.
You crawl into your Zippo, activate all the controls. You've got the ready torches, cutters, all kinds of different claws and attachments, and you reach out like a skilled backhoe operator and you pinch the corner of the relic that is still kind of wrapped in the sling. And then Monty climbs into his Zippo and he's like, okay, man, what do we do now?
Those two, so the Zippo has like two arms plus like the torch arms.
Kind of think R2D2, so you may have a couple different things pop out. You have to look at the character sheet, the stats sheet for the Zippo to see what all you can do in one turn. But yeah,
Okay.
So just imagine, an arm or two and then some things that pop off the arm or two,
Okay.
Dax, Monty, I don't know what you're planning, but we've got 3 empty cargo containers right next to you. They should be radiation proof because they keep the corn from being affected as it travels through different systems.
That doesn't sound half bad. Maybe, Monty, if we can get it into one of those things, we can seal it off from everything else that's going on in this sector.
Monty maneuvers out and kind of grabs one of these Ford Explorer-sized containers, and he has it in front of his Zippo, and you have the relic in front of your Zippo. And you ease out, back out of the cornhole, and turn down to see what greets you. It's kind of a ridiculous sight in front of you. There's this massive solar panel that's guiding light down into a broken window, and again, on there is this undescribable blob of a creature that seems to be changing by the minute.
All right, Monty, just back the cargo container up at the same pace that I take the relic toward the thing, and maybe we can catch it if something happens.
As you approach this thing, it does notice you. We're gonna say he reacts, but I need you to roll for initiative for what's gonna happen after that.
8.
All right. So, sensing you approaching, it whips around and you're greeted again by a version of that flower petal-like mouth with this gaping black hole. Since it doesn't have thrusters, this thing moves awkwardly in space. It reaches out with one of its tentacles, but it almost looks like it's shooting a web like Spider-Man, but it's really just shrinking down the length of its tentacles to a very, very, very thin line, and it reaches out to try to grab you with a 11, I guess, kind of its attack. That doesn't hit, does it?
15.
You're able to quickly shift over with your Zippo right out of the way, and this weird web tendril just shoots off. And now it is Monty's turn. Oh God, man, what do I do?
I'd still say get closer to it, whatever you can.
So Monty starts to inch forward with his movement, and it's your turn.
I mean, to be honest, Monty, I don't know what else to do other than just move forward.
You gonna ram it all the way up on it?
Yep.
All right. With the relic outstretched in front of your Zippo, you approach this writhing spider creature, and it does everything it can to avoid that and reach around behind it and at you, but it's still your turn. So as your movement comes in, are you just going to continue to...
No, I'm just going to, I'm going to spend my action to increase my movement and just try to force that interaction to happen.
It's trying to do everything it can to dodge this thing, but you just keep approaching it and you sandwich almost between it and the reflector panel, and you make contact with it and you're holding it there. And you can't tell if anything's going on right now, but you're holding the object up against it. And I'll say that wasn't your bonus action. That was just your movement. I was just making sure you wanted to ram up to it. So if you've got other things you want to do, you can, but you have touched him, the relic, to the creature.
Man, it's that thing where you're afraid to like do anything to it just in case hurting it causes like extra like things to happen. I think I'm going to use the Zippo's mech arms to try to restrain any of the tentacles or the moving appendages that this thing has.
You'll be able to grab one or two. He has several.
Right. I'm thinking just try to make it less mobile or less able to prevent me from trying to hold or force this interaction. I want to keep tight to it, not let it be able to affect or hurt Monty as Monty tries to get closer and position underneath of it.
Okay, then let's have you do a check. But strength's +5. All right, so go ahead and use strength. You get a +5 because you're in the mech suit, and I will have it do a strength contest, I guess.
24.
It's like grabbing Play-Doh. You get a hold of a few things. You don't know exactly what you're doing, but they're not getting out of your grip.
But I'm still kind of holding something that has more arms than I have the ability to handle.
Yes, and you still got the relic kind of pressed to its chest. You just can't visually see if anything's going on, and you've got a hold of two different appendages, and now it is its turn. You are within 5 feet, so its mouth is going to start to spread open and get ridiculously big, and it's going to come down and try to bite your entire Zippo. Oh God, that's a 22 to hit.
17.
So it hits you, it bites down on your your big glass dome windshield, and you see these protruding teeth looking things. I gotta do math.
No mad. Can I speak to Jade?
You can't talk to the NPCs in my head when I'm reading. They don't operate on a different system. Oh damn, this thing is strong. Hold on.
Yeah, I figured.
It is clamped down on you, and it does 18 points of piercing damage to your the structure and the glass, and it's
So I'm down to 30 points.
okay. So there's some system damage thresholds that you just zipped through.
I think technically it was, 32 points, but
Okay, so then just one threshold. So the first one, your movement speed is reduced by 20, so you can only move 40 feet, I think.
yeah, I'm reduced by 20. Yeah. I'm holding it, Monty. I would still just bring the containment unit under it. If nothing else, I will try to pull it down into the unit.
Yeah, he can make it right there with his movement. I'm right below you, and the lid is open. It's pushed up against this solar panel as well. Back to you.
I don't have anything else to be able to restrain anything else on it. So the only thing I can do right now is reduce the amount of radiation it's getting, and then I guess I'm gonna apply as much thrust power as I can to pull this thing downward.
Okay, so roll a straight dex to pull this guy off, and I'm going to say the threshold's going to be pretty high.
It's not gonna go. It's a 3.
Okay, so you thrust around, and it's almost like holding on to putty. Like you're able to stretch arms out when you want to. The head comes with you. It is a very fluid creature.
I can't pull it off of the solar panel, Monty, but maybe I can break it loose a little bit, and I can't hold on to anything that isn't there to hold on to, and I'll shoot the solar panel.
Okay, you're a clever guy. I like this.
Well, I guess either shoot the solar panel or use the plasma torch, one of the two.
Oh, that's brilliant. So with one of your mech hands, you let go of the appendage that you were trying to grapple with and activate the plasma torch, and you kind of reach up around it. And I'll say you just in zero gravity do this really clever 360 while still being bitten, and you're cutting away a circle of the panel directly behind the creature. So before you fall loose, we're going to say it already kicks over to that thing. Okay, it doesn't really know that it's been cut free of the thing, or that there's a threat involved with being cut free of the panel. So I'm going to say it's going to continue its bite. And this time it is a 23, which also hits.
Ah, God.
So it is chomping down. 9 plus 12. That's 21 more damage.
Yeah, I'm down to 11.
Oh, God. You just putting a hurting on this thing.
Monty, the Zippo is, stability is, tenuous at best.
Do you want me to crash into you? What do you want me to do?
Maybe just raise the containment unit up. Maybe we can just scoop it.
All right, so he gets as close as he can with his movement. He's afraid to attack or shoot or do anything else. Monty is just paralyzed with fear. It's your turn.
I think Dax would just see the position he's in and just tip upward.
Yep, gonna be like a little graceful zero gravity ballet. Whatever you do, this blob is gonna just drift with you.
I don't know if once we go down, whether or not the Zippo and it would both fit inside. I'm assuming it doesn't.
He will fit, but not all of his appendages,
Okay, and that's my movement so far.
Yes.
I guess at that point I will release the grapple. I'm gonna hold my action to let go the moment that Monty's gonna close the unit.
Okay, and this thing goes next, not Monty.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm holding my action to let go.
All right, so you got bit twice. You've rotated this thing down into a box that it didn't know that it was going into. What are we gonna do if we got an alien in a box? Okay, folks, show's over. The end. In a slight panic, it is starting to realize that you are a really big threat, and I'm going to say that it shoots out 2 of its webs, but not to grab you, but for its movement. So it shoots one out there and one out there, and it tries to pull itself up into you and do another bite, but it's also going to push back against you and your thrusters. So in order for him to do his movement, he's got to contend with you and your force. So we're going to do another little straight strength check, and he gets a 9.
Oh, strength generically is 20.
you hold it in place and it can't get out. So he's going to just bite you again. 19 more damage.
All right, the Zippo just exploded.
Oh, God. Oh, where did I put 0?
It's not looking good in here, Monty. I think we're about to blow.
Get out, man. Get out the back. You've got warning lights all over your Zippo flashing. You've got systems down. Half your weapons don't work or are at disadvantage. And all you can see of outer space is absolutely no outer space. You have this mouth pressing down on all the glass with these grown teeth, flesh-looking stalk appendages, and the glass starts to break and the atmosphere starts sucking out of the Zippo. You still have your EVA suit on, but your Zippo has met its HP threshold and it's being crushed, and you are going to begin to take the bite, the rest of the damage that I'll have to do math on.
I'm just gonna blow it. I'm gonna activate my the automatic electrical detonation.
Oh, the overload. God, okay. You're gonna take damage from it.
Monty's Zippo hasn't taken any hits, so I think he can take at least one hit, and so I think. But I'm gonna do this because if I don't enable this creature in some way, it's just gonna get out of here.
Okay. Look on the stat sheet. You get to roll a lot of dice for that. Everything within 5 feet, which is Monty's ship, you and the creature are going to take this damage.
18.
You're already at 18. Okay. As you're backing out of this Zippo, you smash the electrical overload, and there's this hum as all the systems just fry its own components, and a shockwave explosion that encompasses, 5 or 10 feet. Monty in his ship, all his systems go haywire for just a second, and then half of them come back on. He's down a few movement and attack methods. The creature that had its mouth directly on this thing, it's almost like this electromagnetic circle, kind of like Terminator 2 when they travel through time, just cuts and zips right through its head and half of his appendages and separates it from the rest of them. And you can kind of see right before the shockwave hits you that those pieces that have been cut off are now being sucked down into that relic that you had pressed down into the center of the creature's chest. But you don't get to enjoy this victory because that takes you out. For a brief second, as your suit was getting fried, you hear over comms, "Dax, no!" You got thrown back and now you're tumbling, and you can see Star Nomad Cornhole Station. Star Nomad Cornhole Station as you nearly black out. It is all up to Monty now.
Whose ship was undamaged until now.
Undamaged. So Monty's in there pushing this container up, and his whole ship starts to get fried and bits are getting blasted through it. I think he's going to try to close the lid. Of all the ways that I pictured this fight going, this was not at all on the list of Ghostbusters trap. Your Zippo's still kind of, the pieces of it are floating there, and it's got these tendrils that are clearly attached to the station that it shot out, that it's been trying to contest with you by pulling. And so he quickly activates his plasma cutter torch, which has not been damaged by his system damage that he took. And he is going to try to make a one attack, but to get all 3 of those. All right. He is able to hit them. Let's see if he does enough damage to cut them off. He does. So Monty with the torch kind of wields it around quickly, slicing those 2 and 3 appendages that are sticking up, and then goes to close the thing, and it's going to be a strength contest against his Zippo, and he gets a 15, and it's all going to come down to this creature's roll. I'm going to use a different dice, and this thing gets a +5 to a strength roll. So a 10 or less, and you succeed.
Go for a 3.
Got a 9.
No,
I got a 9. So Monty's able to with a fatal swoop, and with the other hand, grab the lid and pull it down. And now you successfully have an alien in a box. What the hell? Oh,
Okay.
my God. You can't quite tell what's going on because you're tumbling and in and out of consciousness. Warnings are going off inside of your helmet. You kind of hear coming through comms screams from Jade, and you hear Monty almost celebrating. You feel like he had a slight victory, but you're about to lose consciousness, and I'm going to have you do a death saving throw.
Still there. 17.
Hanging on. You're tumbling out into the void, further and further away from the station. You feel the pressure leaving your suit. You've got red warning lights flashing inside of your helmet.
It was supposed to be 21 weeks. And it was back to the station, back to Jade. Just me out here in the middle of nowhere with corn and a replicant. And now I'm dying. God, gravity sucks.
You open your eyes with a sharp pain in your arm as someone is stabbing in a medical stem shot. And you open your eyes, hoping to see Jade, but you see Monty's stupid hat, and he's over you in an airlock. He's like, "Come on, man, hang in there." And he gets out another med kit, and he comes right for your chest with it. And he gets out another med kit, and he comes for your leg with it.
Oh, God.
Are you okay, man?
Maybe.
You did it! We did it! We trapped him in the box!
Okay. Just
We've
no
got an
more
alien in a
medkits.
box!
No more medkits.
You sure? I've got like 3 more over here.
No, please. Just take me to Myco and we'll see if I actually need these.
Dax, are you okay?
Yeah. I made it out okay. Had to fry the system to help contain that thing.
You risked it all to save the station. You did good, boys.
In the aftermath of the battle, with the help of Monty's half-broken Zippo and you in your EVA suit, you manage to move the trapped alien in a box and adhere it to the space station securely enough that Myco can turn on the thrusters, get the station spinning again, back up to operational gravity for the crops, which, as you predicted, did not fare well in zero gravity. Many sections had stalks that tumbled or needed supports, and you find yourself spending a good week cleaning up the aftermath of all the chaos that ensued. Luckily, the Nomad did drop off a new worker, your Jade, who was all too eager to help you clean up this mess that Monty made. And Monty had a change of heart and stuck around to make sure that all the damage could not be pointed back to him for fleeing early. And you find yourself in the cafeteria, the 4 of you, enjoying some corn.
I'm sorry we couldn't thaw out any of those jelly steaks there, Monty.
It's okay. You know, I'm starting to like corn.
Yeah, it's not pink or fleshy.
That steak just looked too much like the thing.
How's your video doing?
Praxis may have something to say about any information pertaining to the incident. It might be best to delete all those videos, Monty.
Yeah, Myco, I'll do that.
I'm sorry about that, Monty.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sure I'll film other cool stuff on my adventures. I just need to decide where I'm going first, and it's not gonna be Koros.
At least you got a hat. Jade, I think we're gonna get to go home sooner than expected.
Speak for yourself, Dax. I signed a contract with Praxis for 21 weeks.
No, Myco, she's not free too?
She signed a contract. How else do you think she got out here?
I mean, I thought you said we more than paid our dues.
You more than paid your dues, and Monty more than paid his dues. She just got here. You're welcome to stay.
Guess I don't have a choice, do I?
Look how that played out.
Yeah. I guess it's back to the corn. But I have had an idea about maybe growing corn and with beans and squash and like, making a whole system in which it all works together and we get like 4 crops at the same time. I'm just saying that, the beans would be a definite like chain link structure that would help, they could actually grow on.
Cornhole station, can you feel the vibration? Nothing corny about my cultivation. Spin gravity's fake, but the taste is real. Plant that rhythm, watch the roots reveal. 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 Reveal.